Hi friends, this is my first video in this format on this channel. And yeah, if you remember, actually, probably you don't, but I used to make YouTube videos in this form actually 7 years ago when I was living in Brazil. And I was vlogging, running around with the camera and also just speaking to the camera like this about my thoughts, ideas, and use it a kind of a journal, to just reflect where I am in life and yeah, just also connect with other like-minded people. I think YouTube is a great platform for it. And the topic which is on my mind, and it's been on my mind, on my heart since actually a while now, it's the topic of Instagram, social media specifically, but specifically Instagram, and why I actually stopped using Instagram. So let me tell you actually a story how it all started. So I've been using Instagram pretty much since the beginning, since 2015. And first it was an app which, I used to just upload pictures from, traveling and, and other stuff as well. And you just could see the content from the people you followed. Usually it was a, a close circle of your friends. And then, the first influencers started popping up. It was a very creative place back in the day. And then the second phase of Instagram, I would say, is when the stories, Instagram introduced stories and kind of, copied this feature from Snapchat. And I remember the life before stories and the life after stories. And what actually changed is that I was using stories a lot. I was living in Brazil, running around, and it was very beneficial to me, actually. It was beneficial to connect with other people. Also to see the other, the lives of other people, how they live, what they do. It was very interesting. And people also were very helpful. You could connect with people on a deeper level. And I met a lot of friends through Instagram. I also met a lot of photographers. I even got jobs through Instagram, like, some brands who I did some pictures for, or, some other, jobs who my friends kind of proposed. Also find like apartments in new cities and everything. It was a great time. And still, the one thing I would say though, which I realized was a bit detrimental, that yeah, just it took a lot of energy out of your day, like running around doing story, then posting it, thinking about it. What are you writing? How does it look like? And then the last step is actually people reacting to it. You're like kind of waiting for reaction. Oh, who watched my stories? What did they reply? I should reply to them now. And it doesn't take a lot of time, but when you add up to a year, right, like this constant, like little bit here, a little bit there, and then you're kind of worrying about, yeah, what should I answer? And you don't want to not answer. And yeah, it gets a lot, actually. So you're less present, and this is what I realized. But yeah, but for me still, it was, the positive effect was still bigger than the negative one. But then the phase 3, I call it, is when Instagram introduced Reels and kind of copied now, from TikTok, this feature with the algorithm, where you basically get videos from people you don't even know, but apparently, those videos are something you're interested in. And what I realized is that, it was, for me, it was a black hole, right? Even if I consumed one video which was beneficial, I got 9 other videos which didn't add any value to my life at all. And yeah, I just felt worse after, being on Instagram. And especially, when you meditate, as I do, do it actually usually once, sometimes twice a day for 20 minutes. And you just realize that, Instagram cancels those positive effects of meditation, where you're just in the present. You are listening to your gut feeling, to your instinct. You are following your intuition. Also, following your mission, if you know what your mission is, or you're just finding out what your mission is in life. And then Instagram, you kind of get pulled in. You get this content from people you don't even follow, and then they are on their own missions, and then you compare themselves to you. Oh, they're so much better. Oh, they can do this fun stuff or that fun stuff. And then also the content kind of got worse and worse with time, because people tried to use like those marketing tactics, like hooking people, in the first 3 seconds, and all those flashy things, like to just keep you engaged, all those like fast-paced frames and stuff like that. And I just didn't feel good. And I felt like I didn't get any value. Uh, yeah, no good thing. I just reflected on the past year and no good things came out of it. And I would say the last frontier was that I understood that running your own business as I do now, it's important to get clients. And when you meet new people, the first thing people ask for is like, hey, what's your Instagram? And I realized that I just couldn't bring myself, I don't know, to do reels. I just couldn't. For me, I just didn't, I just couldn't. Like, because, yeah, maybe I thought it's unethical. And let me explain why I think it's unethical. Because what I do, my business revolves around automating health of my clients. And Instagram, for me, has nothing to do with health. It's actually detrimental to your health. So I thought, if my clients, if I want to automate, the health of my clients, then my clients shouldn't consume my content through a platform which is negative to their health. And even if the content is beneficial, still, like how you consume it also matters a lot. And I kind of compare it with, someone who sells cigarettes but doesn't smoke themselves, or like someone who sells drugs but doesn't take drug himself or herself. And yeah, it just didn't feel ethical to me. So I was searching for a way how I can do it without using it, without using this vehicle. And people got crazy about like reels and how fast you can grow, and it's all about growing reels, eyeballs, attention, and people are craving attention like crazy, and using marketing and selling and those fast frames. And I just felt like, no, I just want to to do it an old way, like grab a camera like this, one take, and I just shot what's on my mind. And this is also the content I've been consuming for the past years, right? Like a lot of new things I learned were like from YouTube, right? So it's either like vlogs or podcasts or longer form videos, or like just people like this, talking to the camera. And yeah, so I just thought it's just a better way to do it. And yeah, that's why this is my first video. I stopped using Instagram a month ago, and what I realized as well is that yeah, I definitely got more present during the day-to-days. I don't have this dip in energy and and just how I feel after using it, because I just don't go on there. And what I also realized, my connections with people, my interactions, even through like WhatsApp or Telegram, got deeper because I now take time for to reply to texts. But I also call people more often. I FaceTime people more often. Um, yeah, and I think also it helps you a lot with really living your own mission, because you're not pulled into the mission of other people who wants to to market to you, sell you a new product. So yeah, it just makes you more in tune with where you are in life, and are you living according to your mission or not. So yeah, I just wanted to share the thoughts with you, and let me know what you think about it. What are your thoughts about using Instagram? For me, the best way is to just not use it at all. And yeah, I know a lot of people, try to post from desktop or maybe use it a little bit. But for me, it's still like, you can smoke a cigarette a day, but is it good? I don't think so. So yeah, still trying to figure it out. But this is something I want to share with you. And yeah, thanks for watching.